I'm Andreea Daly and I'm founder of Money Squirrel, which is a fintech platform. Money Squirrel empowers businesses to do so much more with their hard-earned cash. But what does that actually mean? I'll use myself as an example. So I have a business current account with Monzo and I have a savings separate account with Wise. And I have connected both of those through Money Squirrel, the platform. Every time an incoming payment comes into Monzo, at the end of the day, it calculates everything in the background according to my preferences and sends me a prompt to squirrel away funds into Wise. It basically runs the automation to my preferences and de-risks those pesky but inevitable, for example, VAT bills, and turns it into passive income. So Money Squirrel, the name came about kind of as a joke. So even when I had no money, because I don't come from a wealthy background, I would always save ahead of time for things, which is where I used to jokingly refer to myself as a money squirrel. And that's how the name actually came about. It's stuck, it's very kind of evocative. And the reason that the business came about was I was solving my own problem. For 5 years, I was running a software consultancy, super simple cash flow to actually manage, but I was manually doing all of the stuff that the platform now does. Every time an invoice would get paid, I'd get my notification, I'd do my little happy dance, favorite thing in the world, you know, bills to pay, and then I would actually manually move all this cash around. And it distracts you from running the business, which is what you're supposed to be doing as a business owner, the stuff that you're good at. I looked around, couldn't find an automation either in the UK or somewhere else, so we literally went ahead and built it. The most rewarding part of building the platform was me being my very own first happy customer. So when I got the live notification of the first payment being split and transferred, absolutely over the moon. We got quite a lot of data from businesses, from speaking to other business owners, from the HMRC around the size of the problem that we're trying to solve in the first place. But so it's not just me, but it's absolutely just such a fundamental thing for business owners. It's so important to me, not just because of the kind of the easing off of the day-to-day admin, but because the long-term vision for me and the goal is that we end up switching the mindsets of business owners from this reactive, panicky, oh my gosh, I haven't got the cash to pay the VAT bill, to a proactive mindset without them ever realizing it or having to do anything about it. Hustle culture isn't something that I find healthy. But it's part and parcel of the chaos that is being an entrepreneur and working for yourself and everything that comes with it. There's no easy solution for finding that work-life balance, for sure. There's upsides to it, which is why I keep making the choice. I love having that freedom of my own diary, but at the same time, because it's part of our DNA, people like me don't ever switch off. It's not a choice. You don't stop thinking about it. It's definitely not a choice or a lifestyle that is for everyone and that everyone can make work. It's draining, it's exhausting, and I've actually tried to be as open about it and transparent about it on social media as I can be. It's quite difficult, even if you are honest about it, to, you know, make a post about that anyone wants to read, or the algorithm will show anyone about, you know, your 17-hour days because you've been back to events that you didn't want to miss out on or that were really relevant, and you had a 4-hour train delay in the meantime, and you've got bags under your eyes and you're running off of nothing but caffeine and you know, snack bars and stuff. And that's not a glamorizing it, it's the reality behind what you choose to juggle sometimes. The other reality is I'm pretty sure I've had functioning burnout for about 5 years, and that's not a flex. I don't think that that's a good thing by any stretch, but you know, there's only so many ways that you can choose to treat it or actually, you know, manage it in some ways. And definitely for me, the sunshine helps. I get to have a cup of coffee with a dog outside in the warm weather for 10 minutes and just step away from the screen, if I leave the phone upstairs anyway. So, one bit of advice when I first started, I actually now love being asked this. My favorite one is sleep on it, but listen to your instinct. And that took way longer to sink into my brain than I wish that it had done. So I absolutely do wish I could go back a couple of decades and just drum that into my own brain. The sleep on it part's important, but definitely listen to the instinct. It is there for a reason, and it's not just, gut feel to be ignored. If I got a bonus one though, it would be sift out the noise. So only last year did I learn this one. Everyone has an opinion, and the more aggressive they are with their opinions, the louder they are and the harder it is to sift out the noise. What I finally realized though is listen to the noise and the opinions, but ignore them if they don't also come with a solution. Everyone's got an opinion, but if they haven't got a solution, it's not relevant for me anymore, and that I now live by.